name's Nick Parton. I mainly compose music and sound effects, primarily for video games, though. I've done some short films and adverts and stuff like that. Well, actually, I started off in the video game industry around 2004, actually, as a graphic artist. And I did that for 4 years, went through a few sort of changes of company in that time. And then we all got made redundant in one fell swoop. And being a couple of other people, we started up an independent gaming company. And that was the point at which I actually switched from graphics to audio. And that lasted for about 7 years. And since then, I've essentially gone freelance. And now the road is led to the tech hub. Well, I'm normally working on about 6 things at any given time. My main sort of income from creative things is doing music, basically. I've done some jingles recently for a radio show. I've provided music for a couple of games and a short film, and kind of on the side, I make quite a lot of music of my own, play in bands, do comedy performance badly, but I do it anyway. And yeah, I have a host of things that I'd like to do. In particular, I'm not a programmer by trade, but my main aim is to make my own game where I am the programmer. My current pitch for it, and depending on your cultural recognition, I guess this may mean something to you, it may mean nothing, but my one-line pitch for it is Silent Hill meets Aphex Twin. So hopefully it will be fairly cerebral, but also completely bananas at the same time in terms of the audio-visual treatment. And I'd really like to get that off the ground. It's going to be sort of kind of a probably point and click, but with some hopefully genuinely tough puzzles in it. A very sustained, terrifying atmosphere. And yeah, that's something I've been looking to do for a long time. So I've been working a great deal on that in terms of the sort of design and backstory and stuff. I suppose the most prominent thing was when we had our independent games company. We twinned up with Adult Swim, which is a company that shares space with Cartoon Network, actually, because they were looking to get into the games market, and we were essentially their canary drop down the mine for going into Steam, the online distribution service. And luckily, the game that we did, Super House of Dead Ninjas, actually did pretty well for them. So that was really good. Aside from that, we also managed to release a game with a company called Namco, who probably most famous for making Pac-Man. So that was kind of a nice little thrill. Other than that, I mean, I think satisfaction in terms of work tends to come from just being able to work on things I really, really like. I recently just did a jingle for a new podcast from people who've done stuff I really, really like, and that's actually quite a thrill, even if it doesn't really get you, much money or anything. Well, the thing is, previous to the tech hub, when we had our small gaming company, we essentially, the biggest overhead was basically office space, so we all decided to work from home. So we're all essentially freelancers for 7 years, and that's all well and good, but it makes it a bit difficult to run across, other people you could work with and other developers unless you make a particular effort. So one thing that attracted me to the Tech Hub was the fact that it's actively trying to draw together a community, trying to create one and sustain one. And I particularly like the fact that they want to kind of cross-pollinate disciplines as well, by linking in, obviously, sort of performance art. I think it is at the point, and the theatre people are very theatre. So yeah, I like the idea that I can broaden the contacts that I have, meet some new interesting people, and hopefully get sort of help for the projects that I want to do. There was one I was in where we made our own instruments out of junk pulled from skips. And we were called Skips. Surprisingly, we didn't put that much thought into the name, clearly. But we got to the point where it kind of went beyond a sort of a community-based initiative to try and teach people to drum, where we had actual proper ensemble sung and performed songs. And that was pretty good. We played it for science festivals in sort of like sort of community gardens and all sorts of places. And there was another one which was a more conventional setup: bass, drums, guitar, all that sort of thing. But it was covering Middle Eastern folk songs, which is definitely something new for me. I'm not too familiar with Egyptian songs about cycling, but we did do one of those, and very catchy is too.